The city of Port Charles glimmers in the early morning light, a deceptive calm draped over its streets and harbor, but inside one house a storm brews, silent, suffocating, and deadly. Drew Kane, once the unstoppable force in Willow's life, lies confined in a body that refuses him motion. He cannot walk, he cannot talk, he cannot move a muscle. The only link he has to the world is a faint blink of his eye, a silent protest against the life that has been imposed upon him. And the reason for this? Willow Kane. For years, Drew's manipulations had pushed Willow to the edge. His refusal to respect boundaries, his constant interference in her family life, his relentless drive to control the people and situations around him, all of it had driven her to desperation. After their first failed wedding, after countless deceptions, Willow snapped. She shot Drew. But survival was not enough. Exonerated, Drew had returned, stubborn and unbroken. Willow knew she needed something more permanent. That's when she acted again, with a calculated precision that chills the soul. She stabbed him, metaphorically and literally, with a medication that mimicked a stroke. Now, Drew lies paralyzed, completely dependent, completely powerless. His once dominant body is now a cage, and every blink of his eye is a reminder of the control he no longer has. Yet this fragile state is not permanent unless carefully maintained. Drew must receive his medication daily. Miss a dose and he could recover. Miss a day and everything Willow has fought for, the secrecy, the control, the protection of her family, would collapse in an instant. And that is where Nina Reeves comes in. Willow's mother, a woman whose moral compass has always been malleable when it comes to her daughter's safety, emerges as the only person who could shoulder this responsibility. Despite years of tension and distance, a new bond has formed between mother and daughter, a bond born of necessity, loyalty, and a shared dislike for Drew. Willow knows she can trust Nina, but trust here comes with risk. When Jen Sidwell enters, encouraging Willow to finish Drew's congressional term, the stakes rise even higher. Serving in Congress is an opportunity, prestigious, important, but it means Willow will be away from home at critical moments. Someone must maintain Drew's paralysis in her absence. That someone inevitably is Nina. The conversation between mother and daughter is tense, precise, and weighted with unspoken threats. Willow lays out the facts without hesitation. Drew must remain incapacitated. Nina must administer his medication every single day. Any deviation is unthinkable, and to ensure compliance, Willow wields her most potent leverage, access to Wiley and Amelia, the children whose futures hang in the balance. Nina listens, a dark spark flickering in her eyes. She has long watched Drew manipulate, control, and torment those she loves. Now she has the upper hand. Administering the medication is no longer just a duty, it's a small act of vengeance. Every step she takes is deliberate. Every gesture a subtle reminder to Drew of his helplessness. And though he cannot respond with words, his eyes track her movements, the sharpest witnesses to the slow burn of his humiliation. Meanwhile, Willow steps into the polished, demanding world of Congress. She walks through hallways lined with marble and glass, shaking hands, engaging in strategy meetings, and maintaining the facade of a dutiful politician, all while carrying the crushing weight of a secret that could destroy everything if revealed. Every moment away from home, every trip to Washington, every conference call is a delicate balancing act. She must manage the children, the politics, and the secret she shares only with Nina. One slip, one mistake, and the fragile house of cards could tumble. Back home, Nina thrives in the quiet authority she wields over Drew. She enjoys the subtle cruelty of her role. A slightly delayed dose here, a tiny pointed gesture there, each movement a reminder of his vulnerability. Drew can see it all through his blinking eyes, and the awareness gnaws at him. He is trapped, yet fully conscious. The power has shifted, and in the quiet theater of their home, Nina and Willow orchestrate his daily existence with meticulous precision. The stakes are compounded by Sidwell's pressure. Willow's political career and responsibilities grow more demanding by the day. She cannot let anyone, neither Sidwell nor Elizabeth Baldwin, who still sees her as the saintly devoted wife, suspect the horrifying truth. The secret is theirs alone, and the consequences of exposure are unimaginable. Amid this darkness, moments of humanity and warmth flicker. Willow steals precious minutes with Wiley and Amelia, cherishing fleeting family joys. Nina observes, a mix of pride and complicity in her gaze. Their alliance, forged in secrecy and shadow, strengthens. Their bond, born of necessity, loyalty, and revenge, deepens even as the moral cost rises. Drew's condition is a ticking time bomb. One day, one skip toes, one lapse in attention, and the delicate equilibrium could shatter. His awareness never fades. Every blink, every subtle expression, every nuance of Nina's movements is recorded, analyzed, remembered. Though powerless physically, his mind is alive, sharp, and watching. Every injection, every silent threat, every shared glance between Willow and Nina feeds the unspoken tension that dominates the household. And yet, this web of power, control, and revenge is far from simple. The delicate balance requires constant vigilance. Willow must perform her public duties while maintaining the facade of a devoted wife. Nina must carefully administer medication while indulging in her quiet satisfaction, ensuring Drew remains powerless. Every day is a battle of wits, a game of manipulation, and a delicate dance with consequences that could destroy everything if misplayed. The tension escalates with every passing moment. Drew, blinking silently, is a prisoner in his own body, yet a silent force whose awareness makes every action of Nina and Willow a test of nerves. Willow's absences grow longer, her political duties more complex, her secret increasingly perilous. Nina's small acts of cruelty, tempered by precision and control, remind Drew of his helplessness, and every blink is a plea the world cannot hear. Port Charles, a city of whispered secrets and hidden betrayals, holds its breath. No one suspects the shadowy alliance that dictates the fate of Drew Kane. The house is a theater of control, manipulation, and psychological warfare. The mother-daughter duo orchestrates a silent symphony of vengeance and survival. Every note a reminder that power, ambition, and love are entwined in darkness. As Willow prepares for yet another trip to Washington, the stakes become even higher. She must navigate politics, motherhood, and secrecy simultaneously, each decision a gamble with unimaginable consequences. The delicate balance of Drew's condition, Nina's loyalty, and the safety of their family weighs heavily on her every thought. The tension is palpable, electric, and unrelenting. And Drew, once the master manipulator, lies silently, his blinking eyes the only testament to the awareness, rage, and intelligence still alive within him. The power has shifted. The balance of control lies in the hands of two women who have embraced the shadows to protect themselves, their children, and their futures. The camera lingers, capturing Drew's silent struggle, Nina's calculated satisfaction, and Willow's determined composure. In Port Charles, nothing is simple, nothing is safe. The lines between hero and villain blur. Morality bends under the weight of survival, and the consequences of every choice echo through the quiet streets. As the sun sets over the harbor, casting long shadows across the city, the story continues, tense, dangerous, and impossible to predict. Every blink of Drew's eye, every step of Nina's hand, and every calculated move of Willow's mind keeps the stakes alive. In Port Charles, the game is far from over. Because here, in this city of secrets, betrayal, and ambition, the future is written not by those who wait, but by those bold or ruthless enough to take control, and the next move could change everything. The screen fades on Drew's blinking eyes, the silent witness to all of it, the manipulation, the revenge, the dark, unrelenting power of Willow and Nina. The music swells, ominous and tense, promising that in Port Charles the drama has only just begun.